What is up, YouTube? So a little bit different today. We're getting off of the Jeep. That thing is gonna sit for a little bit, still waiting on some parts and stuff like that, and we're gonna go and hopefully try to take a video out to Porcupine Hills this weekend. Today, I'll give you guys a little bit of an overview, and the truck isn't covered nice because it's been a little bit gross here the last couple days. We're going to pull the AC evaporator and the blower motor and all that kind of stuff off of the 96 F150 that I have. For the So the truck is currently down right now. So there's a couple things I want to do, like put an underdash heater AC unit in, clear up some of the space in the under the engine bay. There's also another couple things too, like there's a different AC system I want, or a cruise control system that I want to put in the truck. So I want to get rid of the speed controller and stuff like that, and the second throttle cable and stuff that's under the hood right now, just because it clutters things. I do really want to go for a clean look. I'm going to try to put some panels in and stuff like that and make everything nice around the new motor once we get this one out and the new one all built up. But today, yeah, we're going to remove the AC condenser and blower motor and everything like that, and look at trying to build a panel to clean up the firewall. Okay, guys, as you can tell, the truck's been sitting with snow and stuff like that there a little bit, but this clutters things up massively. So we're going to get rid of both this and this. It's all one piece, but there's a panel that comes off back here, and then it kind of exposes what we're going to be looking at. It gives us some more room. There is a unit that you can get that puts all of this under the dash. So that's what we're going to look at doing. And basically, the only thing you have to do is just figure out a way to get your coolant lines to that heater underneath, and everything else you can run from under the dash. Clear up this whole space, give us tons more room, just make everything a little bit cleaner, and then we can shave the firewall, make everything a little nicer here. So first thing you do, just make sure everything's unplugged. This is for your blower motor. Reach down here. I don't know if you guys can see that there or not, but there's a plug there. Ooh. Pop that off if you can. Yeah, we'll worry about that later. This little guy here, there's a plug here. You want to disconnect that. And then we're going to get into the bolts to remove this. So I've removed two of them already just to see what they were. There's 5/16 bolts, these two here, one on the side and one right down there where that little bubble is on the back side there. Pop those off. On the inside there is an 11 mil bolt and a 5/16 bolt as well, and then that little cover should just pop out of our way. We will have to remove this bracket with this little vacuum pump here. We'll remove this bracket as well, get that cover out of the way. The condenser will pop right out because I've got everything already disconnected from it. So we'll get that out of the way, and then get on to getting the rest of the blower motor assembly and everything out. Alright, so on my truck, still figuring out how to try to get that off because there's two clips, one on the front and one on the back. Unplug this. There is a vacuum line that connects right there. I don't know if you can see that or not. Another one that's right here, which is this one. This little T connects to right here. This line connects to the back side of the where the AC condenser is at. And disconnect those. I'm gonna get this bracket off. Make sure we got everything out of the way that we need, and then move on to taking the bolts out off of the firewall for this back shield, and go from there. Okay, so we got all of these bolts out with the exception of the ones on the inside, which we'll go take a look at now. So there's the two up here, an 11 mil right there. These, there's there's another 5/16 there, another one there, and I can't see them, and they're a huge pain to get to, but there's actually two of these little guys on the bottom side as well. You can get to them, a 1/4" ratchet and a long 5/16 or a deep 5/16 socket works. Maybe a little extension if you didn't have a deep one. So we're going to go inside and we're going to find the two bolts that are on the inside holding this panel on, pop those off, and then get this condenser out of here. Okay, so as you can see under here, mine was exposed. Some of them may be covered by your carpet, but it's just this 11 mil bolts right here. And that might be it. I thought there was another 5/16 somewhere, but that might not be the case. So it might just be this 11 mil bolt here, and then we'll get that panel off. All right, so just like that, that thing just pops off. You just pull it out, just kind of pops out of the way. Mine's got a little bit tight because I got this Proformer intake with this crazy elbow and stuff like that. So most, most of the trucks won't have this, and would be a little bit easier. But yeah, it's off. You can see the heater core on the left side there, and the blend door on the right. Now we're gonna get that condenser out of there. With the condenser, some of them, the videos I've seen, the research I've done, I haven't seen this whole setup. Mine did have a leak at one point, obviously, so they put a splice kit in. So we're just gonna try to break it loose. My evaporator, core, condenser, whatever. Everything's leaking, absolutely everything. The compressor is leaking, so it's got a delete kit. We're gonna get rid of everything, so I'm gonna rip this off here, get this whole system out of the way, and then it won't be worried about it anymore. All right, guys, so that is gonna wrap up this video. There wasn't really a whole lot to it. There is, what is it, 9 bolts, no, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 bolts total. 7 on the outside, 2 on the bottom, a little bit hard to get to. The other 2 are pretty easy to see. I didn't realize that there is this. Could have just popped that off and wouldn't have had to worry about it, but I just spun this whole thing out. I want to get rid of it anyway, because I don't like the splice. But yeah, so I mean, it's those 8 bolts. The one is on the inside, kind of right by your carpet line. It's an 11 mil bolt. It's quite long, actually. It's got to be 2 inches long, kind of thing. So it takes a little, maybe 1.5 inches long. It takes a little while to get out of there. And then next one, part 2, we will rip the blower motor out, and take that whole housing out, and then work on getting some sheet metal and trying to block that all off, and then get everything all painted and done and ready to rock.